whiskey barrels a little bit later.
Yeah, and I'll show you how they're going to be in the barrel. But look how the creeping Jenny looks in the edge of the path.
That's beautiful. I mean, that is such a game changer.
Isn't it? And it just lights everything up, as you can see. Imagine that if that's just green foliage, not so interesting. Even worse, imagine that all of this area is mulch. Terrible, because you've got dark-leaved plants there. If you have mulch, you don't see the plants anymore. It's particularly illuminating for the dark-leafed plants to make them pop.
Well, you are getting a chance to get a 6-piece Creeping Jenny live plants. I will tell you, this has got to be one of your most popular out of all the plants you bring us. Last year it sold out so early. It's perfect and Philip's favorite ground cover to replace your mulch. You'll get a tray of 6 live plants and they're on sale. I mean, 3 easy pays at $9.99, so maybe that will help you go ahead and pick up that second set.
Now
and
look,
I love the different ways that you use it.
Look at that. I invented that area right there. I've got the sun patients, and what I did is that is the edged area where the mulch usually is, and it's deeper there. So if you got a lot of rain, it collected water, everything rotted. The Creeping Jenny loves the wet. It will grow in average garden soil too, but it loves the wet also. You can see how it illuminates that area where you would normally have mulch. And if you think, oh, well, I don't know. Well, I'm just telling you, this will change everything in your garden if you do the edges of your beds with that, or the edges of your pots with that, because it'll illuminate everything that's in the pot, and it's perennial. You can leave it out in the pot all winter long, and it will come back. Mine are coming back in the pots. I've got some of them only like 10-inch pots, and it was 14 degrees.
Yeah.
They don't care. They go right on. And again, I'm not fooling around. What I'm sending out to you, nice, big, active growing plants. You're getting 6 of these, and I'm going to take one of these out because I just want to show you. Again, I'm not sending you little plants.
Is there a trick? You just gently manipulate it and then pull them out really gently so you don't rip the roots?
There's no trick with this. I'm telling you, you can manhandle these, and they're tough. You don't have to worry about it. It's kind of like the daylily of ground covers, because this only gets 2 to 4 inches tall. Each plant can spread out to 18 inches this first season.
Wow.
And a great cascading event. And also the foliage is just coming up now in Connecticut where I work. So this will be that chartreuse color with the daffodils blooming through it. Your other ground covers are just going to be dark green, and they're not going to be interesting. They don't add anything. And at dusk, the dark green might as well be brown.
Yeah. And Pachysandra, which I have, it takes a long time for Pachysandra to spread.
Yes.
And it looks like Pachysandra. It doesn't
and I love it. It does a good job.
Yeah.
But this will grow full sun, keeping it watered there, full sun to half shade. The more sun you give it, the more electric the foliage is going to be.
Wow.
See, it's going to be even more electric than that. What I showed you in the images where it just looks like it's ramped up and radioactive, that's what it does. And what I like about it, I call it the yellow brick road, because you literally can walk on it. But you see how that picked up the sunshine from the far end? That's how bright that is. If you have sun patients in your garden, which by the way, I've got a bunch coming up on March 7th, that sets off the sun patients. Imagine again that that's mulch, and think about all the areas where you have mulch in your garden that you would rather have this. This is a great investment. Pick up one order. I'm telling you, you'll be hooked on this. Of all the things that changed my designs.
Look at that, down the steps in a rock garden on either side of your driveway. I love what you pointed out in that, because a lot of times in a bed, like you have the grass and then the bed is dug out, and that water lays there.
And most things will rot there, and that's why people do mulch there, or why people do rocks there. I would rather have this, because this is so bright, you can see it at dusk. It literally pops. And any of the dark green ground covers, they do a job, but they don't pop. And you see how that cascades down? This will cascade down during the growing season 2 feet in a hanging basket.
Wow.
Or and I've started putting in the tall pots, or if I've got my whiskey barrels, I'll put them up on a high area, like on the sides of steps, because it will cascade over the sides of the steps, and it makes the steps look more regal. I'm thinking, okay, that's the catwalk.
Yeah. 100 already ordered. You get a tray of 6. These are going to spread the very first year. They're easy to take care of. They multiply and get better every single year. 5 easy pays if you have the Q card on this. And now is the time, because honestly, I'm telling you the truth. Last year when I decided, you know, I think I need some of those Creeping Jennies, and Creeping Jenny had already left. You know, by the time it's 15 days to spring, in a couple of weeks, sadly, we aren't going to see you guys. You know, garden season's going to be over. So on QVC, what we're here to do is help you plan your garden with experts like Phillip, award-winning experts like Phillip. And he knows exactly when to ship these to you. So
thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you for being here and creating this collection.
You will love these. If you've got a privacy screen, you know, whether it's arborvitaes, or say if you've got a hedge of boxwoods or a hedge of hollies, those all have dark green foliage. Imagine that you plant this at the base of those dark green hedges and how it makes it come alive. It no longer looks like this dark green hedge. It finally looks exciting, and like sunlight
almost like
has
a
come.
frame
It
around
really, it's just beautiful. It lights it up. So think about where you've got hollies. We've all got hollies.
Yeah.
We've all got boxwoods.
Right.
At the base of any of your dark leafed plants, boom, it changes everything. You'll see. Get one order. You'll see. You'll be back for more.
Yeah, you'll definitely be back for more. That's why we can offer you the set of 6 tray. It'll come when it's time to go ahead and put it in the ground, or your pot if you're looking for spillers, or anywhere, literally anywhere. That's the beauty. All right,
look
where
at
are
it
we
with
going?
the peony. I just want to show you. We got the peony coming up.
I know, that's
if
quite
you've got
magnificent.
peonies, which are perennial, this is perennial. Now, you see the beautiful dark green foliage. You see the beautiful pink flowers. Did this not just change everything?
Well, the thing, and I love peonies, but the thing about peonies is they only last so long, and then you have all green.
Yeah, beautiful,
So,
but this sets it all off because the foliage is beautiful, but you can see the foliage so much nicer if you've got this juxtaposition. I was in a book about the best garden designers a couple of years ago, and my chapter was called Juxtaposition. And it was about pairing things that made them look better than they would individually. And that's the case of this, is you got to find the perfect dance partner.
Let's talk zones.
Yes.
150, by the way, already ordered, so keep that in mind. Zones,
Yes,
please.
These are hardy in the coldest areas of the country and the warmest areas of the country. I had planted these down in Florida, and I had planted these in Connecticut, where I do most of my garden designs. But again, look at that, game changer color.
All right.